Hello everyone, it's Retro Martin here, and we're going to be looking at some upcoming, or just for the fun of it, MegaDrive software in this video. Coming in first is a miniature tech demo of the motorcycle segment from Megaman X on the Super Nintendo, recreated on the MegaDrive to lovely effect. You can't do too much with it, but it's a fun little proof of concept that looks great. You can move the bike forwards, you can watch the other person driving forward as well, you can swing the bike round and do something with the front of it. It's been a very long time since I played Megaman X, so I can't remember this segment at all really. But it looks great, the colours are fantastic, and it just seems to run really, really well on the MegaDrive. I downloaded this quite a while ago, so I'm not sure who developed it, so my apologies, and shout out to whomever it was for the fun little work. Hello everyone, it's Retro Martin here, and we're going to be looking at some upcoming, or just for the fun of it, MegaDrive software in this video. Coming in first is a miniature tech demo of the motorcycle segment from Megaman X on the Super Nintendo, recreated on the MegaDrive to lovely effect. You can't do too much with it, but it's a fun little proof of concept that looks great. You can move the bike forwards, you can watch the other person driving forward as well, you can swing the bike round and do something with the front of it. It's been a very long time since I played Megaman X, so I can't remember this segment at all really. But it looks great, the colours are fantastic, and it just seems to run really, really well on the MegaDrive. I downloaded this quite a while ago, so I'm not sure who developed it, so my apologies, and shout out to whomever it was for the fun little work. Next up, we have a cancelled game called Dark Empires, which was in development by STI at the start of the 1990s. There isn't an awful lot you can do on this, but the fact that we even got a ROM dump of what they had managed to create prior to its cancellation is fantastic. So we can see what could have been. Dark Empires was going to be a dragon-related strategy game with you moving your armies around a world map and engaging in battles. You know, like most strategy games. As you can see from the footage I've captured here, battles take place on a hex grid, with you choosing to move your pieces around and attack the enemy on the same screen, rather than a cutaway animation like some strategy games do. This also gives experience whenever you defeat the enemy, but you can't level up, so this obviously hadn't been fully implemented at this point. I'm sure with a lot more development time, this could have been a fun little aside to the other strategy games on the system, like Master of Monsters as well. Finally, we have a fan game that is, at the current time, fully intended to be completed and released, and we are delving back to the Super Nintendo and Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. For those not in the know, this was conceived as a beginner-level action RPG which allowed use of weapons and equipment and jumping on the field and dungeon screens to solve puzzles and get about. Well, the talented Nico MegaDrive is bringing this fun title to the MegaDrive itself, and he's roped in Laurent Crozet to create the music and sound effects. This is looking brilliant at this early stage. Graphically, it seems very on par, and the music is a great alternate mix of the original Super Nintendo sound. The cool-looking water drop effect is present on the title screen, even if currently the title logo spins quite sluggishly in comparison, but that's not really an issue. Bearing in mind this is just a demo and an early build, can't labour that enough for people who will lament on any of its issues as being problematic. There are some noticeable glitches with character sprites jumping about, and the text and menu system can be a bit slow at times. The only other issue I encountered was the attack animation, where it's done as the way that the weapon gets thrown at the enemy rather than a swipe over animation like the Super Nintendo original. But these aren't really gripes, just things I've noticed, and the game is of course still in production, and I've no doubt that they'll be looked at and improved upon as development continues. All in, I was able to get through the intro, the village, and picked up the first party character, and got through the forest level to the boss, though the boss utterly decimated me. I'm not sure if it's intended that way as a cut-off point for the demo, but I didn't seem to be doing much damage at all, whereas I took utterly loads. But it has been a couple of decades since I last properly played Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. Having a quick look at the Super Nintendo version, the only other thing I've noticed, which isn't a bad thing at all, is that the world map on the MegaDrive version seems just ever so slightly zoomed out by maybe a couple of pixels width, so you can see just a little bit further into the distance. That could actually turn out to be quite a useful thing, and it's very much a design choice. It doesn't really change anything, it doesn't make the game better or worse, just something that I'd noticed while playing. So all in, this is looking fantastic, and I can't wait to see how development progresses on it. Hats off to Nicolau and Lauren Crozet for their work so far on this, and I look forward to a much more complete version coming in the future. So that's 3 random homebrew things for the Mega Drive. I hope you've enjoyed this little look in, and I'll see you for the next video.